Hey guys, this is Boot Banter coming back with another first impression of the Pantofola Doro Superleggera 2.0. This has just been released probably about a week ago. This is a full kangaroo leather upper, all conical studs. They weigh a they weigh 6.6 ounces in a size 10. That's size US 10, European 43. They are true to size. So if you're interested in these, just get your true size. If you're a 10, get a 10. Okay, so first impressions of the boot is when I first put them on. First, they're really light, obviously, right? Probably the only kangaroo leather boot in history to be 6 ounces with full kangaroo leather all the way around. Putting these on, the fit, it is actually very close to the foot. There's pretty much zero space. My toe is at the very edge of the boot, which is how I like it. I like my boots to fit really snug, so there's no space on the inside. If you do not like that, I would suggest that you go a size up or half a size up. Also, the last is actually pretty wide, so this is kind of it can fit wide feet. If you have a narrow foot, I believe you could probably fit in these, but I would suggest you go something with a bit more narrow, of a narrow width, because once these stretch, they might overstretch. I'm not sure about that, so if you have narrow feet, you might want to stick to something else. Now, when I first got the boot, as you can see, this is the box. Upon first inspection, I felt that the craftsmanship could have been improved because when I first got the boot, there was actually a bit of, I guess, paint streaks that I was able to get off with some nail polish remover. But that's something I really don't want to see on a over $100 boot. I felt that craftsmanship could have been improved a little bit. Some things to note is that there is zero padding in the heel liner. Absolutely none. I know it kind of looks like there's a little bit. There's none. Zero padding. And it is a full leather heel liner. So what this means is that over time, during when it gets wet, when it absorbs moisture, the color is going to change, and it's actually going to be a little bit heavier. Unfortunately, I don't know why they. I guess because they're calling themselves trying to be old school, because that's what Pantofola Doros. That's like their little niche is that they make boots catered to like I guess how they were made back in the 1800s and things of that sort. But if you're gonna try and make a lightweight leather speed boot, I think you should modernize it just a little bit more. Put a little bit more, make the heel liner synthetic or synthetic suede, and put some heel padding, some padding in the heel to make everything a bit more comfortable and possibly improve the fit for some people. Now, seeing that this is the 2.0, the Superleggera 1.0 came out around last year. And I was interested in those boots, but I saw SR4U Josh with his review, and he was saying that everything on the boot is pretty much all right, except for that they had no heel padding, which meant that the fit in the heel was he had heel slippage. Now, I need to tell you that for me, when I put the boot on, I did not experience any heel slippage upon try on. I need to stress that I have not played in these. I got them yesterday, tried them on. I was satisfied with the fit, so I'm gonna keep them. But I have not played in these at all yet. So for all I know, the heel could be just fine with me trying them on in the house. But then when I actually go out and play, they could slip. So I'll be able to tell you guys more about that in my actual review. Another thing to note is the laces I have on here are not the stock laces. These are the stock laces. They're long, they're wide. They really don't need to be on this boot. This is a speed boot, so I actually got some thin laces on here, which fit the theme of the boot a lot better, and they're shorter, so they're just better laces all around. Now with the insole is very thin. As you can see, look at the profile. It is very thin. I guess it's a kind of a nice touch because this is actually leather. But I felt the insole could have been just a little bit thicker. But to be honest, everyone is nowadays producing, I would say, very poor quality insoles. They're all super thin. They're not comfortable. Back in the day, Nike was the king of insoles. Actually, they still are. They had a full pour-on insole that was super comfortable, but now everybody is just making super thin insoles, I guess, to keep the boot lightweight. Now with the studs are not very long. I will compare the studs to the Nike Premier. If you're familiar with the Nike Premier, you know that those studs are not the longest studs on the market. They're kind of short. So really best for hard ground. So don't expect to get these and they're, like Addy Zero long studs or anything of that sort, because they're not. I have no problem with it really because I don't really play on wet, soft ground or anything like that. I play on firm to hard ground, so it shouldn't be a problem to me. Now going to the leather quality, as you can see, full leather, full kangaroo leather, all the way around. The quality is pretty soft. Now, if I had to give it a grade of kangaroo leather, I would actually give it a B plus. If Mizuno is an A, as far as leather quality, they have the best kangaroo leather on the market, and Nike and Adidas are pretty much neck and neck with each other, and they're right under Mizuno. I'll put this, like I said, I'll put this under them. The closest I can, I guess, compare this leather to is I would actually just compare it to the Nike Premier again because it's soft, but it's not the softest, which I'm okay with actually. Um, I really don't have a problem with it. It's kangaroo leather. One thing to note is that it has a nylon backing to it. So what that means is this a traditional liner that most companies use to line their or they used to use to line their soccer cleats or football boots. That it's kind of been phased out. Most people are using just different liners, like Nike kind of is using their Flyknit and Quad Fit to line the Tiempo, and as you can see, Adidas has Fusion Skin to kind of help with the, I guess the water absorption and the stretch of the boot. But again, this is a kind of an old school boot. They're doing things. What you need to know is that it's gonna stretch, and it's gonna stretch fairly quickly. So don't expect for these to have the same fit 3-4 months down the line. They're gonna stretch. Now because they stretch because they fit so close to the foot already, I don't expect the fit to be changed that much. So they're gonna stretch, but I don't see the fit being I don't see them overstretching, I should say. Now with the tongue, as you can see, it says Pantofola Doro. on the tongue, bottom, Pantofola. And that's one thing I really like about Pantofola as a whole is that they have minimal branding. I usually don't have problems with, brands. Obviously, I'm a kid from the U.S., so I'm used to big big Nike swoosh or the three Adidas stripes on the outside of the boot. But it's just something about the boot looking so clean that it's not is the design, the silhouette of the boot is not hindered by a big logo. It's just super clean. As you can see, they got the chevron type um, stitching to it. It looks really nice. And that's another thing that I really was attracted to is that on the inside of the boot, especially, there are no logos or anything distracting you from the ball and uh, the actual the leather. You're actually touching the ball is actually touching the leather on the inside of the boot, the medial side of the boot. A lot of times with Adidas and Nike, they would stitch, especially back in the day, they would have their logo on the medial side of the boot. And especially if you're buying a leather boot, why would you put, a big logo that's going to stop the ball from touching the actual material that you're, um, I guess, that you have the whole boot made of? It never made sense to me. So I'm really happy that Pantofola, not only on this boot, but on most of their boots, all the boots actually, they do not have a lot of branding on their boots. Obviously, comfort. I like the comfort. Like I said, they fit snug. I believe that's it. Oh, the sole plate. Sole plate. I think they said it was a P-backs and a prawn. Like I said, trying to bend them and everything like that. It's actually pretty sturdy. It's not a super flexible sole plate. It has a good bit of stiffness to it. So I was actually very surprised about that. I thought with this being kind of an old school brand and everything, there wouldn't be, uh, I guess, up to date with their sole plate, but it's actually pretty decent. So as far as midfoot stiffness and things of that sort, you shouldn't have a problem with it. I believe that's everything. Lightweight, kangaroo leather, good fit. Oh, one thing to note is that I bought these from Proto Soccer. I live in the U.S. And the reason I bought these from Proto Soccer is because right now they have the Superleggera 2.0 for $200. But if you add the cart, the price turns into 180. For whatever reason, soccer.com has the Pantofola Superleggera 2.0 for $230. So it's already a $30 markup from Proto Soccer. If you're a Gold Club, it turns into like 207. So it's still above Proto Soccer. And then when I contacted soccer.com about price matching, they say they don't price match. Now, I believe a few months ago, maybe a year ago, something like that, they were price matching uh, their boots. So, like, you know, I would say like a year ago, something like that. If I would have contacted them and said, hey, um, I need to get this boot from you guys. Can you price match? They would have been like, sure. But now they're like, nope. So if I were you, I would get them from Proto Soccer. They do have a what is it? A U.S. website. So I think that's where I got these from was the U.S. version of Proto Soccer because they came in like I want to say maybe 4 or 5 days. It was actually pretty quick, and so I was very satisfied with that. Also, the shipping right now, I don't know if the deal is still happening, but they was taking a little bit off of shipping. So shipping originally would have been like $12, but they had a little promotional deal going on with the shipping, so it was actually like $6, which I mean I kind of wish it was free shipping, but I'm satisfied for what it was. I don't really have any complaints. The only thing I would say is soccer.com. I don't know what's going on, but I would appreciate if you were to make these $200 so I could actually get the buy from you guys and get some Gold Club points. I believe this is all with my first impression. Lightweight, kangaroo leather, snug fit, true to size. Can't wait to play with these. I will give you guys a review probably about 3 months. I really want to test these out, see what the durability of these are. I'll be honest with you, I don't expect for these to be super duper durable because of it being kangaroo leather and it being so lightweight. And also, I want to see how heavy they're going to get, or should I say, how heavy they're going to stay once, the heel liner starts absorbing moisture. And also, the tongue is lined in leather as well. Don't know how good you're going to see that. As you can see, it's lined in leather as well. So I just want to see how much they're going to weigh. Right now, they weigh 6.6 ounces. I'm going to put my money and say that by the time I get done playing with them, they're probably going to be around, I would say, 7.2 ounces, depending on how much moisture this absorbs. Also, with it being, this is a really nice, really nice leather, right? But I think it won't be that durable as far as the heel liner because I've had not the Pantofola, the Nike Ronaldinho Dois, and it had a similar heel liner to this, and I actually kind of ripped a hole in the heel liner fairly quickly. So I mean, it looks nice, but I don't think it'll be that durable. So that's pretty much it. I'll be back in around 3 months to give you guys a full review of this. Uh, Boots that I've been playing in right now is the Mizuno Morelia 2 made in Japan. I'll probably make a video on that as well. Just long story short, that's a really great boot. Fits very snug as well upon break-in or initial try-on. They're pretty tight, but they actually stretched and they are perfect for my feet. So I'll give you a review on that as well. This is Boot Banter signing off. See you guys later.